What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steejo.
I don't even do that intro anymore. So
I don't know why.
It was kind of lame.
Susie.
A little bit lame, was it not? So, E3 2017 has begun, and it is begun in a way that no convention should begin.
Now, wait a minute. Right, so we sat and we streamed.
Thought I was getting in trouble then.
We streamed the EA conference from E3 2017.
Literally the worst person ever.
This conference was the best conference so far of this E3.
That's because there has been no other conference at E3. So that means,
details.
Yeah, but that
details.
That means it is also the best and the worst, and it's going to actually remain the worst.
It's pretty bad. Well, I mean, the PC one's still to come, so
no one watches the PC one. Anyway, PS4 for the win. Should we talk about what we just had to sit through? We didn't actually sit through the entire 3 or however many hours it was. We gave up after 2 hours because our chat fell asleep. Are we being too harsh?
Well, we ended up eating cake and sausages and having a cup of tea, and then we forgot that we were streaming.
You're gonna make it sound like we did something dodgy. Anyway, let's move on to what we did see at E3 so far and what we actually think about it. And we're Scottish, so expect it to be brutal and probably really negative, and I'll get some comments that are like, everything you review is so negative.
Why do you hate everything?
I'm Scottish. I hate everything.
That was last E3. We didn't hate everything.
Nothing
Come on.
has changed. Okay, so first of all, we have Madden.
Yay!
Shake your turds.
Sports ball.
Yeah. So as per usual, they're just showing us all the latest sports because that seems to be their thing now. It's like they don't really focus on the good stuff. They just focus on, right, it's a new year, so we need to give you a new NBA, Madden, FIFA. Is there any other sports games I've missed?
Sports ball. There was no MLB, and I think that's EA as well.
The cool thing is, though, with Madden, it's got a story mode.
Yeah,
now.
so this is the first Madden to have a story mode.
Yeah, they've never had story mode before. Kind of like FIFA, when that had the first ever story mode. So that's kind of exciting for the Madden fans, i.e. my brother is probably having like a little scarf party, t-shirt over the head, sort of, wah! thing going on. He probably doesn't even know, he's probably in bed and didn't even watch it. But anyway, yeah, so Madden's getting a story mode. FIFA, as per usual, is FIFA and it's coming out this year.
Oh, come on. Right, FIFA, give them their dues, right? FIFA are actually continuing the story that they started in the last one. Like an actual game.
Yeah. So it's a continuation of what we haven't yet played last year.
I actually wanted to play it as well.
I wanted to play it too. I've got the game. Like, EA sent me the game. They're like, yeah, have a FIFA ticket, have some FIFA chocolate. And what did you do? You ate the chocolate and you didn't play their game. Welcome to my life. So what else do we have up here? We have...
Your glasses are there.
Do I need to put them on?
I don't know, do you need to?
No, I can see. So new games coming out, brand new titles. Anthem.
Oh, you're skipping ahead now.
Am I?
Yeah, I had a list and everything.
Well, I can't read the list, Rachel.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's that. We need the glasses, ladies and gents.
This is, oh wow, I look really HD. Okay, so...
You're 4K!
Oh, I'm sorry, we did skip one. Star Wars.
No, you skipped NBA Live. You didn't talk about NBA Live.
No one wants to talk about NBA Live.
So the new NBA game is having a story mode as well. Well, a story mode of sorts. It's like the old... I think it started in FIFA 14, where you got like a Create a Pro, I think it was called, where you got to create your own character and level them up and things like that. So, yeah, okay, sports ball. Next one... We'll talk about Anthem because you brought it up.
Okay, now you're skipping ahead.
So, Anthem is a new IP for EA, which is interesting because they don't do that very often.
But it's got that sci-fi sort of thing going to it, like Dead Space.
Yeah, so it's by BioWare, who many of you will know is behind things like Knights of the Old Republic and some of the fantastic games of old. And they're releasing a new sci-fi thing called Anthem. Don't know much about it yet. We're looking to see...
don't know anything about it. We haven't seen enemies, we haven't seen gameplay, we just saw Anthem coming soon, i.e.
BioWare.
2020. But regardless, I like new standalone titles because all we seem to get these days is like continuations of things already done, you know, sport games every single year. or remasters. So it's quite nice to
now,
see that, you know, they've come up with a new idea. And speaking of a new idea, skipping ahead again, A Way Out. Keeping on the theme of new stuff. Now, you haven't played the Brothers game.
No.
You are missing out.
I've had it on my Steam library for about 69 years.
Can't speak to you right now because...
mean to play it.
So what's cool about this, because I've played Brothers, is that with Brothers, you play both the characters. It's kind of tricky controls because one character is this analog stick and the other one is this analog stick, and you're trying to do puzzles and coordinate, and the camera angles moving is a nightmare. So what is cool about A Way Out is that you can tell that they've gone for the whole like 2-player thing again, but without you having to really do too much work this time, except you have to know another human being, which so it's fine.
It's been totally built from the ground up for couch co-op, and you always play in split screen, but you can play online co-op as well. You don't need to play couch co-op, but it's always split screen. So if you're playing online co-op, you've got split screen. You're
playing with somebody else regardless.
Yeah.
Although, interestingly enough, I thought that maybe they might have made it that if you don't have internet or you don't have someone to play it with, that you might have a CPU play as one of the characters.
Or maybe done it like GTA, where you can like swap between the characters.
Yeah, something like that. Because I know in this day and age, most people have internet and most people have a friend that they can play with or a family member. But just in case there was the off chance that you wanted to play by yourself.
But I think the point that you're missing about the game is it's supposed to be a journey of 2 people.
Yeah,
kind of like Brothers was a journey between the 2 brothers.
Yeah.
They try to make this a journey between 2 friends. So they're trying to get away from the drop-in, drop-out co-op type thing where you just play and it's casual. They want to take 2 players on a co-op journey together.
Yeah. I think now is the time for you to play Brothers to properly experience that, because from what I saw of A Way Out, it looks very similar to, well, I mean, I say very similar, I mean, that puzzle game was kind of different, but this one has like a Heavy Rain feel to it. I kind of felt it looked like it.
Yeah, it's like a strange GTA Prison Break Heavy Rain type. Yeah.
Everything has consequences sort of thing. So in that respect, like, the Brothers game is kind of cartoony in a way, but it never took away from the story, and the story was, no spoilers, but the story was like, it gripped you from the start. And I think with this one, you can imagine it's just like 2 criminals or whatever reason, or maybe it's good guys that have gone in by accident and they, you know, they work together for whatever reason. So I'm hyped regardless. We're going to play that together.
I'm going to stay away from any spoilers in this, but in case people don't want to see the trailers or anything, but it looks good, man. That's a definite pickup.
I mean, there's no spoilers in the trailer as such. What I actually loved, though, was the guy's presentation.
Oh yeah, the guy, a lot of the presenters on the EA conference were poor. They were poor. They were very boring. The only people who were good was the guy for A Way Out, because he had a passion for games and he was very enthusiastic about what he was doing, and the chick for Battlefront, because she was an actress in Rogue One.
I could listen to her like talk forever, and I could watch like her stage what's the word? Presence. That's the one. Her stage presence was just so strong that the moment she came on, it was like I was like in a cinema watching someone about to act. And the first thing you said as well is, oh, she's in character, and it's like, she's badass, and then she broke it instantly and was like, my mom's here. So no, she was cute. Next, are we moving on to
well, we can talk about Battlefront.
Yeah,
easy segue.
Love it. Loved the first one a bit. Again, everyone was disappointed that there was no story. It didn't stop people from enjoying it, from making the most of what they had, but it definitely was a big issue with people. It annoyed me too, because I wanted to play the story and then go
entire
online.
Reason I didn't pick up.
So I loved it. As you guys know, that was how I got my Twitch partnership, because I played it constantly and we all played together, and it does have a really good community feel. But this new Star Wars is, I don't know, the thing with the first Star Wars is that you could go into an online match with people and still feel like you're in your own team. Whereas this one is different.
Yeah, so the first one was very much deathmatch style. Even if you were playing an objective style game, it was still deathmatch. You just went around and you could kill people. The next one, Battlefront 2, it looks like they're trying to push it towards a lot more Overwatch style. So the gameplay that we got to watch, which we'll talk about in a bit later.
The long gameplay that we got to watch.
Did remind me of Overwatch.
100%, yeah.
The first stage, they were protecting a tank, and once they got the tank so far, the tank was on rails. It done what it done, like no one was driving it or anything. And it was very slow, much like Overwatch, the car that you protect. Or Team Fortress 2, which was the first one to do it.
Team Fortress.
And then when it got there was another stage where it blew the walls open, and then they had to assault the base. And it felt very Overwatchy. And, I mean, Overwatch is a popular game for a reason, so I can see why they've went down that route. But they also announced that there's going to be a lot of DLC for the game.
There's always a lot of DLC for Star Wars.
But it's going to be free. For everyone that owns the game, it's going to be free.
There's no such thing as free DLC in this day and age, so pretty big deal.
And the only pre-order bonus they're having is early access to the beta, which is standard nowadays with AAA games, and a card for Yoda, and that's it. Just starting with a card for Yoda, whereas you can earn the cards anyway.
Lightsaber. I'm hyped for that game. I think I'll pre-order it because I want to get in on the beta, but also I'm really excited about the story and where they're taking it, and the fact that they're going for a new story as well, so it's not like you're playing a movie as a story, you're playing Star Wars, a brand new story, which is a huge deal. And
it's canon as well, so it's bridging a gap between the 6th and the 7th movie, so what happened in between that is in Battlefront.
Yeah, which is huge. Yeah. That's going to be great for sales, if you ask me, because people are going to want to know. So, hype for that one.
And Let's Plays, because people want to watch you without playing.
And games are so expensive, so watch us play it. Alright, let's not drag this out.
Need for Speed.
Let's talk about the Need for Speed. Fast and Furious, the game!
Need for Speed Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. Don't
get me wrong, I will play it because I like my car games, and I like the idea of it being Fast and Furious.
When I call it Fast and Furious, it's not a... I'm not slagging it off.
No, it looks
I'm not throwing
awesome.
shade because it looks great. It looks so good.
It looks arcadey.
Yeah,
don't like that.
So they were showing off the heist mode where the player character was trying to steal a car from inside the back of a truck, Fast and the Furious style. And you've even got a little co-driver that jumps out of the passenger seat and jumps onto the truck to steal the car, and it's totally, what's that, Fast and the Furious 3?
That's the first one.
Isn't it?
Well, it's in most of them actually, but the first one was very much, because at the end of the first one, Paul Walker has to save Vince, and he's like all tied up on the car, and they're all jumping to try and get to him.
Who's Vince?
Is it not Vince? No, it's Vince. That's his name in the game. Yeah, in the film, Vince.
Oh, right, yeah, he gets the thing wrapped around his arm and the guy's trying to shotgun him.
That's right. So like Mia's driving and then Brian's trying to like jump over it, and I know, I've seen the movies. Massive fan here. So yeah, it's very, as soon as I saw the trailer, I was just like, yeah. But you know what put me off Need for Speed? The graphics look like State of Decay. A little bit. I don't know if it's just what they've shown us.
It's very Need for Speed graphics as opposed to, I mean,
cartoony.
we've been playing Forza, we've been playing Dirt, which are very simulation. They get every detail of the cars right.
Gran Turismo as well. I've been watching a lot of
Whereas, like you almost slept, Fast and Furious, I was going to call it Need for Speed, is very much like GTA, where the cars, you can tell that the cars are realistic in what they look like in the different parts, but it all seems kind of cartoony in the way that they're, I don't know if it's just the way they render them or what.
They just want explosions from the looks of it, which is very GTA. They just like, right, go into that car and destroy it and get more points, and then they've got their own health bar and take that one out, and it's like, I've played a lot of the Need for Speeds, and it was kind of like, that's not really what it was like.
Yeah, it will be interesting.
Sure what they're going for.
I mean, Need for Speed was getting a bit old because they just kept releasing new games and they weren't really innovating. So it's interesting to see that they're kind of making this like an actual story.
Again, it's another one of those that I'll play, but in a comparison to the other racing games, I feel like it's got a lot to live up to.
It's not a racing game, is it?
Not a racing game,
it needs to be treated like an arcade game.
Yeah.
But something I would like to see that they didn't even talk about is, will it have co-op? Imagine grabbing a couple of mates and having a crew
Fast and the Furious
Exactly.
crew. Yeah, that would be cool.
It's not a crew, it's family.
Oh, I'm sorry. Says she that's seen all the movies. So yeah, I keep saying the E3 conference. The EA conference was fine until it wasn't fine. And then, I don't know, I feel like they should have said that that's the end. But then it just turned into like I was at a fan fest. And
well,
suddenly...
that's what they kept calling it FanFest, and it's the EA Play FanFest, as they call it.
But initially, they advertised it as a conference. So
as the E3 conference.
So why are they then showing esports and people talking about how they met? And it's like, what am I watching here? It was weird.
So what we really should have done is, as soon as the Battlefield gameplay came up, we should just stop watching it. Oh, also, there was, not Battlefield, the Battlefront gameplay. There was Battlefield DLC announced. A Russian DLC with playable female characters.
Overall, I wasn't impressed. Don't get me wrong, there's some games that I'm looking forward to, but the conference as a whole, as per usual, Sony's gonna knock it out of the bag. But
no, I think Microsoft's got this one.
Wasn't impressed at all. And I find myself not really caring much for EA in regards to what they release, because they focus too much on sport. It works, but...
Anthem, A Way Out. I think... Right now I'm sitting at A Way Out, Anthem, Need for Speed, Sports Ball. I suppose Battlefront's in there somewhere.
I was going to say Battle Star Wars as well. But anyway, guys, we want to know what you thought about the conference. Did you sit there and cringe with us? Okay.
Anyway, guys, let us know in the comment section below what you thought of the EA E3 conference.
I can't even say it without having a lisp. Did you cringe with us? Yes, I managed to say it.
Did you cringe with us?
Did you cringe as much as we did? We want to know your thoughts in the comment section. We are going to be doing these videos throughout the whole E3 experience because we're going to be covering most of them. And yeah, join us for all these mad videos. And thank you so much for watching. We will catch you all in the next E3 video.
Bye, guys!
Bye, guys! Crazy.